Now I will call DNV Senthil.
Vanakkam, Speaker Sir. I'm here to speak on the e-cigarettes, the ordinance bill that was brought in to be presented as a law now. The ordinance that was brought in September, that was the Assembly got over in August and the session started back in November. So what is the urgency in bringing the ordinance? What sort of things can be brought in an ordinance? An ordinance is to deal with situations where an emergency arises requiring urgent action. So I'd like to know whether this less than 0.002% of e-cigarettes is of a very national important urgency that should have been brought by an ordinance when the session is going to start in the November. There are so many utmost urgency emergencies which are to be addressed, like, for example, eradication of poverty, empowerment of women, safety of children, and health, and providing social equality and justice. These are all other important issues which are much more important than bringing an ordinance to ban e-cigarettes. I have a strong doubt that bringing an ordinance of this sort would have been a lobby by the tobacco cigarette lobby. So a big strong doubt arises out of this. What is e-cigarette? E-cigarette is a battery operated device that emits doses of vaporized nicotine to inhale. So it's inhaling tobacco without the smoke. E-cigarettes has good potential to cutting down cigarettes. And who says this? It is the British Medical Journal, published in the year February 2018, has urged the doctors practicing in Britain to suggest that 95% of e-cigarettes is less harmful than the conventional smoking methods. Many countries that have previously banned smoking as e-cigarettes, as we have done now, have revoked it back, saying the health potentials and the health hazards are much lesser when compared to the conventional smoking methods. Harshvardhan ji should be knowing, as I am too a doctor, both e-cigarettes and cigarettes have hazardous effects on health. As such, both COPD it causes emphysematous lung, it causes chronic bronchitis, it causes lung cancer, it causes heart diseases. Does it anywhere say that e-cigarettes is a little less harmful than in the conventional smoking? Both are hazardous. Why only you target one? In your statement which you have laid on the table, which you have raised in the Parliament in the objects and reasons, you have given a clear statement stating that the International Association for Study of Lung Cancer does not recommend use of e-cigarettes. I would like to know, does the International Association of Lung Cancer recommend the usage of regular cigarettes, regular tobacco-related products? No, it doesn't. Then why do we cut and paste scientific evidences which suits the government of the day? Shouldn't we put out all scientific data together to substantiate our theory? When we put out data based on scientific evidence, we should put it out in its full context. We have a COTPA, that is Cigarette Other Tobacco-Related Products Act, for when related to the branding and the sales and all of cigarettes. So before bringing a 100% blanket ban on e-cigarettes, why didn't we try this route of trying to regulate e-cigarettes? As a friend from the BJP had said that there are Chinese products which are harmful, which have no scientific data, but we could have put in a regulation act just as a COTPA for e-cigarette before bringing out an e-cigarette total ban. The quality of life that we seek for every citizen and the ethos and the moral that we would like to set for our students, the younger generation of India to cultivate will be judged by the sincerity of this government. The sincerity of this government means business that is prone by banning all tobacco products. If you are really concerned, about all, as the member told, there are so many farmers who have who have taken up tobacco as their farmland and who have this thing. We can give them an alternate. It's not to be brought in a day like how you have brought in ordinance. But we should, India as a country of young generation, as your government has such strong majority, where it was not at all necessary to bring in ordinance. So we should look at things of moving forward, of banning total tobacco products, tobacco cigarettes and everything related to it.